Recently, a girl who is a Sahajogini in New York has cured a blood cancer patient. This boy was about to die. They had declared that he's going to die. That's declaration they had given uh, for about 15 days. They said he may live and then he's going to die. I mean, that's the only thing they could do. With all the things poor fellow had gone through, the boy had come from India, all the money was spent, and this was the certificate he got that he's going to die within 15 days. Now, somehow these people contacted me, and I told them to contact a Sahajogini in New York. And they told that such and such boy is there. His name is Rahul. He is hardly about 16 years of age. He had blood cancer. The boy not only got cured, he came down to London to see me, and is back in his home. It sounds very fantastic that how can a person who is not a doctor, who has nothing to do with medicine, can cure. Beyond all these medicines, beyond all these things, is the subtle power, the divine power from where everything has come. If you somehow or other become the owner of that, or the person who knows how to handle it, you can cure anyone you want. It's not that I'm curing these days, my disciples are curing. I don't know how many people this Dr. Warren, who was a doctor, has cured through Sahaja Yoga, which is not a medical science. How many patients he himself has cured, he won't be able to count them. So the whole system is going to change. Now you are going to become the master of yourself, of your powers, and all these powers are going to be released from you. Now when we say that there were gurus who could cure, there were gurus who could stop a growth of a horrible disease and things like that, we think it's not possible. We think it is an impossible thing. How can it be? How can we believe it? It's a cock and bull story. But you yourself, when you see manifesting it, you'll be amazed. Once I was traveling by a ship, and the captain of the ship, I gave him realization. And it so happened that one of the ship's staff got into the freezer, and he got choked up and he got pneumonia. Of course, I was in a position, I was traveling because my husband was the chairman of that company. So he would not ask me to go down. He thought it was too much to ask me. I said, all right, if you don't allow me to go down, you better go down to the spot where he is. Don't send any SOS to call a doctor or anything. You just go and put your hand on his chest for about 5 minutes. His pneumonia got cured completely. And this Captain Kuto could not believe it. He said, how could it be? I said, it is. That has happened to you. Now you have become that. Accept it. You must assume that power what has been given to you. As in Sanskrit language we say viraj. Assume it. You see, even if you have given a throne, if you don't know how to assume the power of the throne, to believe into it, then like a beggar boy, if you put him on the throne, he still sees people coming down, he puts his hand before, give me 5 rupees, give me 5 rupees. Unless and until you assume these powers, you are still uncertain, but you have got them. And this is the point which is very difficult with the Western mind, especially because they cannot believe that they can have these powers. They just can't believe it. You tell them, but they say, how can that be? But it is so. Now, for example, this instrument, if you take it to a village and tell them that this will carry your voices around, or if you take a television set and tell them that you can see all kinds of cinemas, or we can say a drama and play or music out of this, he's not going to believe. He'll say, this box, this looks like an ordinary wooden box. But when you plug in, it shows its power. In the same way, what you look at human beings as something very, very ordinary, mundane thing, for us we take it for granted ourselves. We don't know how glorified we are, how great we are, how God has created us with such difficulty, with such care, with such love, for a very special purpose, that He wants to bestow all His powers upon you. He wants you to enter into the kingdom of God and to enjoy His blessings, His love. It is something that we cannot believe. We are so frustrated. We are so disgusted with ourselves, with our societies, with everything. But it's not so. It's not so. It just has to happen. You are just to be plugged in to the mains, and it works. And it works. It has worked. It has worked with thousands, and it should work with you. But the absurd